Hello, my name is Nicole, and this is my research project on 3D printing. So I guess prior to this research project, I really did not know a whole lot about 3D printing. Kind of the basis of my knowledge was that it took something from the digital world and turned it into something in the real world, and it was used to like model cities sometimes. Um, but I guess prior to this project, I didn't know kind of everything about 3D printing. But yeah, the basis of my knowledge was that it turned something from a digital world into the real world, and that's exactly what it is. Um, 3D printing, on the basis of it, is it turns a digital file into a real life object. Um, and uh, like 3D printers are used to create prototypes, models, custom parts, and then those parts and models are used for research and design sometimes. This picture kind of shows a model of a city being 3D printed, probably a model of a city to scale to see how um, buildings in a city would function and work before actually building them in real life. And also, through my research, I found that 3D printers can also print things such as ears and teeth, which I guess can go in the custom part section, although it's kind of weird. But um, yeah, there's 3D printers can do just a vast array of different sorts of things. So there are a lot of different processes that fall under the umbrella of 3D printing. And I guess the two that I found the most interesting were FDM or FFF and selective laser sintering, which is also known as SLS. So FDM or FFF is used mostly to create models, and this pretty much works um, by fusing different materials together, usually plastics, using different plastics together, and then layering them on top of each other to create like to create like an end product out of a bunch of different little puzzle pieces. And then selective layer sintering, or SLS, is another form of 3D printing, in which the printer will use carbon dioxide lasers to fuse a bunch of different materials together, usually fusing metals and like powders, to pretty much create just a mass of something to be 3D printed, which I think is pretty cool. And just like every um, tech, uh, advancement in technology comes controversy. So technology as advanced as 3D printing can be put into the wrong hands. Since 3D printers can pretty much make anything they're coded to make, um, a lot of there's such thing as illegal products made with 3D printers. In the picture, there's pretty much a gun that you can make out of a 3D printer, which, if falling into the wrong hands, can be incredibly dangerous. When finding this picture, I found a lot of videos of people showing off their 3D printed gun, and it just looked crazy. They looked so real. I know last school year, in a class, we had a discussion about like the ethics of 3D printing, and it was very interesting hearing about how um, a lot of people thought the same way, that um, it is dangerous for this kind of technology to fall into the wrong hands because anyone has access to a 3D printer. I think 3D printing guns is legal in a lot of states as well. Um, I don't know if there's been any tragedy with a 3D printed gun, but regardless, um, you can 3D print a lot of dangerous weapons. With a 3D printer and with the right materials, it can absolutely fall into the wrong hands. And yeah. And I guess finally, where can people find a 3D printer? With my research, I found that like there's a lot of local office stores, local offices, or local um, like I guess 3D printing offices like if I could find, where you could go, um, just as you would go to like FedEx to print out a piece of paper, you could go print out something with a 3D printer. Um, as well as office supply stores, I know have 3D printing areas or services at some places, and then finally Amazon, because Amazon has everything. um, Amazon, yeah, online stores uh, have 3D printers. I also know people building their own 3D printers, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this was my 3D printing research project, and thank you so much for watching.